Security failures in the Parkland school massacre.
A warning, if there are children in the room, the content here may be disturbing.
Well, with all the screeching recently about Vladimir Putin and Russia and treason.
By the deadline is a couple of days before the debate. Are you concerned about that?
No. Jimmy, my emails are so boring.
We came, we saw, he died.
I don't want to see him impeached. I want to see him in prison.
On this Memorial Day, as our nation honors its unbroken line of fallen heroes, and I see many of them in the audience here today.
We understand that a plane has crashed into the World Trade Center. We don't know anything more than that.
I tell you what, CNN should be ashamed of itself having you working for them. You are a rude, terrible person.
I'm not going to give you a question. You are fake news.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the live stream. And how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's had a better day than me. Mine hasn't been all that wonderful. There's been some crap happening. Trying to just get my mind off it. I can't really talk about it much. Just not too happy about it. It's just one of those things. But yeah, I had an interesting morning. Let's just say that. How's it going, Roy? How's it going, Sergeant? Greta is in the house along with her husband, James. Wayne, how's it going? Sawson is here. David Traina is here. William is in the house, straight from Willie's Pub. Boulder is here. Pastry is here. Let's see, who else do we got? I think that's it. Sirius is here. Hope I didn't miss a Yuki. Yuki is here. And The Field. How's it going? Hope everybody is doing well. Before I open up the Discord, I am going to rile everybody up. I know it sounds terrible. And what I'll do is, as I do this, I figured this would also help us kind of work maybe into a topic. I don't know. But I like to start it off with something. How's it going, Vicky? Huckleberry? So here's what I've been finding out. And some of these articles are from earlier this year, and some of them are not. They're kind of recent. The first one, as my son is pounding on doors in the house, I can hear him. The first one that I'm going to talk about is this one. Detective who exposed elite pedophile ring found dead. They say he shot himself. That never happens. Seems to be a lot of these people that are exposing, exposing pedophiles, they die so suddenly. And let's see. I'm going to put a link to this one. I'll put them in the show notes after. But here's a link to this one right here. I'll put it in the stream. There. That's that first one. Now, that's the first one. Because it seems like people that get involved in taking out pedophile rings, especially big ones, disappear. Like I said, some of these articles are from, earlier this year. Some are from last month. Some are from this month. Oh, look at that. There's another one. How did that happen? This one is the federal judge overseeing release of Jeffrey Epstein's sealed records is found dead. He was overseeing the release, of Epstein's. But it doesn't end there. No. Oh, nay. Okay, here we go. I'm going to put that link so you guys can read the article there. Here's the link to that one. There we go. That's the link to the judge. Guess what? This is the one. It's like, oh my God. He's so happy. This one is from today. You ready? Kevin Spacey's sex assault case dropped because alleged victim dies. Dun, dun, dun. I'll give you the link to that one, too. Now I can imagine, I can see Field wants to talk in the Discord, so I'm going to go ahead and open up the Discord. Oh, this is going to hurt. Okay, Discord's open.
His name was Seth Rich.
Which one?
I said his name was Seth Rich.
Okay. Yeah. This is just...
I'm just wondering, did any of these people, commit suicide by shooting themselves in the back of the head twice underwater while taking a bath with a toaster?
With two different calibers.
And accidentally strangle themselves with a bench bar. I was just like, creative suicides like that.
That's creative, all right. Roy is saying that Florida man was arrested for trying to barbecue a pedo. That's what you want to celebrate, Florida man.
Florida man is not the hero we wanted. He's the hero we deserve.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, there's nothing wrong with that, William. He should be celebrated. Oh my God. Yeah, let him cook. Holy cow.
See, the problem with that is the barbecue method takes too long. It's inefficient and it causes too much pollution. That's why he got arrested.
Okay. It's too smelly, is that it?
Yeah, he should have just been using the lead. 15,000 feet per second. It administers real quick.
Yeah. Oh God, I don't know what to. I don't even know what to think about that.
I spent all day winemaking. I had like 13 yeast puns all stored up, but you pissed me off with all this talk about people fighting against pedophiles mysteriously dying.
Who's getting a phone call? That's an antique phone.
Hang on.
Is that Yuki's phone?
That's Yuki's ancient phone.
Hello? Here, just one moment, please.
Just taking a phone call while we're live. Why
You've
not?
got purple power. Just mute her.
I could. Oh, she muted herself. Oh, that's come on. I wanted to hear it. I thought it'd be interesting. Let's eavesdrop.
Oh well.
Yeah. Hey, it's Bear Slapper, which is actually Pastry Bear.
Turn us into frogs.
Oh, we got a cool group in here right now in the Discord. But
I've been winemaking all day, and I had all these great puns about yeast, and here you are just getting a rise out of me.
Yeah. Yeah, you're winemaking. You know, you're living in California. That is the state of wine and winemaking and winers and
state of confusion.
Yeah.
Look, we need something to deal with all the whining, and alcohol works pretty good.
Yes, alcohol works great. Yeah, but who's the alcohol for? You or the whiners?
Mostly me. That way, when I'm passed out, I can't hear them whine anymore.
Oh, Vicky, sorry you're leaving. Have a great evening. Hey, Guamito, how's it going?
We don't have someone leaving because they think I'm too mean to pedophiles, do they?
I don't know. Are you too mean to pedophiles? I can be much meaner.
Well, I did get permanently banned from Twitter for being too mean to pedophiles, remember?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Well, you know, I can always be more mean to pedophiles. They're almost as bad as communists.
Oh, okay. Speaking of liquor.
And those aren't even people.
Yeah. Speaking of liquor, I had some pretty decent stuff on Sunday. My brother brought over some Elijah Craig, and it wasn't bad. It's one of the newer ones that they have. It was like 92 proof. Wasn't typical Elijah. What's that?
Small batch.
It might have been, but it you know, I have to say it starts off smooth, but it's got one hell of a bite on the way down. It's got, you know, a bit of that throat burn going on. So, but it wasn't bad. I mean, it had some flavor to it. I can't complain, I suppose. I could.
Man, if it's tasty.
Well, I mean, I like bourbon. I like bourbon to the point where I don't buy it because I like it. Because that's why. I mean, because if I had bourbon in the house, I'd drink it, and I just don't want to get into that habit.
Bourbon. You can always complain. You know, you're a Jew.
You know, have plenty of wine. That's the Jew thing. Hey, Rising Sun.
Speaking of which, do you have like a spare pile of gold laying around? Because it's only $1,000 per barrel to buy into this. I got 5 tons of grapes.
Why does everyone think that I have a pile of shekels around here? I just managed to figure out.
We saw the silver pile, we just like the gold one. We know you're hiding.
Yeah, I just managed to find out how I'm going to be able to fly my family up to Rhode Island in June next year. So, you know, we figured out what the tax return generally is going to be, and that's going to take care of the whole trip, which will really be helpful because I'm postponing the release of the documentary I've been working on till next year because I have a chance to go up there and actually go to the garage where all of that happened and film. And I'm setting up an interview with one of the retired police officers who was on the case when that whole thing happened. So that's going to be part of it. So, yeah, the documentary I'm working on is getting postponed because that opportunity, I can't pass that up. I have to do it. So.
Oh, man.
What?
I was kind of looking forward to that.
Well, I was going to release it this month, but I'm taking it out of post-production and putting it back because, like I said, I have a chance to do, instead of over-the-phone interviews with a lot of people, I'm going to get a chance to sit down with them. And, you know, my old friends that were on the race team, one that was actually there when it happened that escaped by hiding under a car, that kind of thing. So it's going to be a lot.
That'll make way better content.
Well, yeah, that, and the fact is that I'll be able to sit down, like I'm going to go to the garage where it happened, and it's going to bring back some memories. This happened in 1993. It's been a while, so the police officers that were on at the time are all retired. So I'm going to have a chance to talk with some of them that were on the case. And hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers, I'll be able to talk to one of the officers that actually apprehended him. So that's...
Now they can talk without fear.
There you go.
Losing their jobs or getting shunned or anything weird like that, too. So...
Rising Sun Media wants to borrow my hat because he says he can't make it to the bathroom. Oh, that's funny. Hey, my favorite Canuck hunter, Kyle, is in the house.
Yes. I heard he took down a 10-point maple tree this morning.
Hey, Pastor Jack is in the house too. That's cool. Hey, maybe we should take a phone call, seeing that we've been on the air for almost 20 minutes. What do you think?
Sounds like a good plan.
Okay. Okay, guys, the phone lines are open. Now, I tried to boost the volume into the Discord so you guys can hear the caller a little better. Pastor, do I get to carry my sidearm when I go through in Watts or Compton? Sure, if I can. Sure, I'd wear this hat.
I live in a conservative area, and I won't even wear that hat.
Oh, I do get some freaky looks. I'll say that. But
well, you're in Texas. They know you're armed out there. I might run across a crazy Antifa person who'll stab me 15 times.
No, but it's not like they're mad at me or anything like that. They're just like, it's almost like they're saying, "Oh, you're so brave," Okay, we got the Canuck on here. And it's my favorite hunting Canuck from Canada. Kyle, what's up, man?
Oh, not too much. You recognize me by number now, I see.
Yes, I got your name programmed into it, so your name pops up now.
Oh, yeah.
Did that maple tree put up a fight this morning? Was it 10-pointer, 12?
He's asking if that maple tree put up a fight.
No, it just kind of fell over.
Just kind of fell? Did it hit anything, or did you knock it down in the, was it near your house is what I'm saying?
No, it wasn't.
What's that, Robert?
What?
Robert said something.
Maple tree hunting is for saps.
Oh, okay.
Schnapps are pretty good. So, perhaps you can explain to me something here.
Okay.
I have something I need to know.
Okay.
Why is it that as I'm driving across all over the continent of the North America, I almost hit deer all the time. Bucks, does, you name it. But then I go looking for one. And suddenly they're nowhere to be found.
Okay, do you know why they're always getting hit or getting, on near the roads? It's because everybody in the woods is making so much noise, they're scaring them in that direction. So they're going to be at the roads because everybody's in the woods hunting right now.
Oh.
There's more traffic than normal in the woods.
Fair.
Well, I guess it's different where you live. We run over deer in the summer when nobody's hunting.
That's because they're California deer. They're just stupid.
Are you paying attention to your phone?
Yeah, I am. No one's called.
Okay, well then I need to make some phone calls because it's 7:30. You just disappeared for a half an hour.
Oh, damn. Oh, come on. He muted it.
I have to know something. Was that your mom?
That was Field's mom.
Field's mom.
Mom or sister?
Field is in trouble.
Oh,
He
wait,
got
you're the
yelled
sister?
at.
Is she hot?
Oh my God.
I can make an anchor baby.
An anchor baby. Yes, for anybody in the chat that is a single female, and even that probably isn't really too much of a problem. Kyle needs an anchor baby to bring him into the United States. Like, I thought we were against that, guys. You know, anchor babies. Aren't we against that? Or is there a new rule or something I'm unaware of?
I feel like you guys just give me a pass on account that I'm the awesome Canadian.
No, well, yeah, well, that's true. It's north. It's north of the border instead of south. So, but even that doesn't bother me. The whole south of the border immigration and north of the border doesn't bother me. It's the immigration that's coming from California to Texas that's pissing me off. Took me 2.5 hours to get home from work yesterday because of 4 accidents on the highway because it drizzled a little bit.
That's terrifying.
It's freaking
When's the last time you
ridiculous.
got rain?
We didn't get rain for, well, the whole month of August. In September, we got a little bit of rain, and now it's just raining and raining. So people are like, oh, my God, rain. I haven't seen it in so long. I can't drive now. No, it's all the freaking, you see them. Every accident I drive by has got at least one California plate in it, and I swear to God, they probably caused it. I know this sounds like I hate Californians. I just don't like the way you drive.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. I don't blame you. If I was seeing people with California plates, I'd be pretty annoyed too. Yeah. Like, as a Canadian,
Listen,
I really feel like they've just gone too
Just
far
because it's
left.
a car wreck doesn't mean it's an accident. I mean, just because some Texan gets pissed off and rams somebody, that doesn't mean that it's Californians.
Well, you know something? It's my state, and I can assume that the California caused it. The Californian did that. Damn. Don't know how to drive. I watch them drive. I get cut off by one daily. I just want to bump one, just a little bit. Just a little.
You just gotta learn how to drive around Mexico.
Look, if California would stay in their shithole state, the accident wouldn't have happened because they wouldn't have been there.
Yeah, they would have stayed in their own state. They're like, oh, California's wonderful. Then why are you leaving it? Well, it's because there's no jobs. Well, there's no jobs. Well, there's no jobs there because they regulated themselves out of the possibility of having a decent economy. So, no, they got to come to Texas now because we have all the jobs. And they're like, well, we want to bring our baggage with us. And it's, no, get the hell out. Leave your garbage at the friggin' door. Wipe off your communist feet and be a Texan. Either that or get the hell out. We don't need, see, Texas, America needs Texas. Texas doesn't need America. We make our own power, so we supply at least 5 states outside of Texas all your electricity. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay? It doesn't make sense.
Steve, we thought you would shoot the communists. That's why we sent them there.
Oh, I see.
Wow.
It's like 2 birds with one stone. It provides entertainment for the Texans and it gets rid of our communists. It's not our fault you thought they were people.
Well, that's what it is, Tunis.
Why are you trying to get people to shoot commies? You are one.
Look, Steve Tunis, yeah. They leave in
Look,
California. Damn it, I'm going to mute you.
For the minstrel in chief over there.
Yeah, okay, hold on a second, everybody. Okay, leave Cali because problems, but want Texas to change to be like Cali. Yeah. So they have regulated themselves into just being broke. No one can afford to put a business there because the regulations are ridiculous. They can't do anything there. And now they're like, oh, there's no jobs here because they all left. They left to where they could have a decent business. So where are they coming? They're going to come to Texas, and they're like, you need to be more like California. Fuck you. No flipping way. No. Leave your communist and socialist and leftist idealism at the friggin' door, or I swear to God, we're going to put you in a friggin' trebuchet and launch your ass back over the Red River. We're guarding the wrong river. It ain't the Rio Grande we need to guard. We love Mexicans. It's the damn Californians.
If you had one of those squirrel suits, that whole trebuchet idea could be a real hit.
I made that sound once. I got to dig it up. The trebuchet sound is around here somewhere. I got it around here. I'll have to dig it up.
You know, the weirdest thing, I looked into it, and Californians seem to like North Texas a lot, and those counties for some reason got redder. And,
yeah, because they come here.
And then South Texas, you know, right next to the border, for some reason, half the counties flipped blue. Gosh. And the Californians didn't move there because there's too many brown people there, and they only like to pretend like they're not racist.
Don't go making fun of brown people. Texas, you have to understand.
No.
You know how Texas won its independence? You know how we won our independence? Because half of the Texans were Mexicans that stayed here and said, "Oh, hell no, Mexico, we don't want you. Get the hell out." Mexicans fought alongside Texas. They're Texans. That's why some of the biggest ranches in Texas are owned by former Mexican families that have been in here since we won our independence. You know, we didn't ask to be part of the Union. We were asked to be part of the Union.
Look, those Texan families are not those old Texans are not the same as the people who are illegally crossing the border into Texas now.
Most of the people that are illegally crossing the border, 80% of them are crossing the border into the southern part of California.
That's because it's a part that's not defended.
Well, yeah, we're defending ours. We have civilians down there defending ours.
Yeah, in our state, civilians get arrested for that.
Yeah, not in Texas. No, only if you're a felon and you have a gun. That's how you get arrested down there. We had one that was organized in that. Any
listeners in California, please sign the recall petition because Gavin Newsom is a traitorous piece of garbage.
Yeah, people that are living on the border are actually paying the money to put a wall there. They're building their own wall. Yep. No, it's ridiculous. And we got Beto now.
As someone who lives on the other side of the border, I actually kind of enjoy it up here.
Well, you are the most patriotic foreigner. You're more patriotic about America than most Americans are now. So.
Oh, the states are fucking sweet.
Yeah, see?
Absolutely
he
fantastic.
He loves the states.
I'm straight up looking at, like, okay, so I have my kids half the time, right? It's a 50-50 deal. I'm looking at ways that I can live in the States, like, 2 weeks out of every month. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but it's more or less kind of my game plan.
Yeah.
And that way, when Trudeau ends up splitting Canada in half and Alberta becomes 51st state, I already got my leg in the door.
There you go. No, I've been doing this. I've been doing this a lot. Yeah, guys have to understand. I've been doing this a lot to mess with Pastor Jack because he's from California and I'm messing with him. Yes, I'll say this. Look, Pastor, I don't consider you a Californian.
Pastor Jack.
He's from California, but he's not a Californian. There's a difference.
Yeah, that's just because he doesn't care if the commies get our state. He's prepared to leave.
You have no choice. Yuki's trying to deny that Alberta is going to be the 51st state, but it's going to landlock itself when it leaves. And the instant solution to that is for them to join the states, in which case Saskatchewan's going to join as well because they're like basically, Alberta's best friend. And then that's just going to make BC fall to its knees because its economy can't sustain having a port and nowhere to fucking send it shit without going through international waters.
Well, I'm eyeballing Hong Kong as state number 51. You guys can be 52.
Really? Hong Kong?
Yeah. Liberate Hong Kong. Revolution of our time.
Ugh. So now we're having... I don't mind if Alberta becomes the 51st state. That'll be awesome. That just gives me then I don't have. Yeah, but
then an entire island full of capitalists.
But then I won't need a passport to go hunting moose up there.
True.
I'm all for that. Let's petition. Okay, we'll petition and we'll get Alberta into the United States. How's that? And we'll still keep it at 50 states. Look, we can still keep it at 50 states. We'll just get rid of California. We don't even have to change the flag. We'll just trade.
I have some good news for you, and I have some bad news for you.
What?
So the good news is that you guys would really enjoy Alberta as a state.
Yeah.
The bad news is there's no moose in that province.
No? Okay. I'll live.
No. So.
Yeah, I know, Roy. We'll just trade California for Alberta. I'm all for it. Yeah.
No.
Come on.
Can we just not? No.
And then we'll change the name of the United States, and America will.
Actually, to be fair, I was going to say that Canada doesn't want California, but you just voted in Trudeau for the second time.
Well, yeah, so you got to get rid of that. So and we'll change, because we know we had that discussion about the United States, about how we need to change the name. And it'll be.
Yeah, I totally agree that you guys need to change the name of the states to Southern Canada.
No, we talked about this before. Okay.
What, the name of California to Southern Canada?
No. We're going to change the name of the United States, because we don't really have a name, because North America is, America is just part of North America. It's not really a name. So we were talking about, the United States of fuck you. Okay.
Right. Yes, I remember that.
Steve, listen, the United States of America is a promise. Eventually, we're going to conquer the rest of the continent.
Hell no.
Under no circumstances. Look, you tell Mr. Steven here, even if Alberta becomes a state, if you try to outlaw saying A, and it's EH, by the way, you cunt. We'll just bring your fucking house down. We'll just bring your fucking house down. Try and take it from us. I dare you.
Oh, God.
You can't take away our A.
Yeah, beauty, eh?
Yeah. You're not taking away our A. Fuck your hat.
Bob and Doug McKenzie will never see. Bob and Doug McKenzie will never have a reunion. Then it can't. They wouldn't. It would be outlawed.
No, it'd be outlawed.
Yeah.
In which case you should.
Whoa! Wait a second.
Off, Hoser.
Tunis, how dare you say outlaw hockey? How dare you?
No. Tunis has to die. Tunis has
hockey
to die.
Hockey is better than basketball. It's better than. Oh God, I can't believe I'm going to say this.
Yeah.
To me, it's better than football, but it's not better than baseball.
Let's be real here. You guys have hockey teams, but they're Canadian.
Yeah, they're mostly Canadian players. They're mostly Canadian players. You guys are born with sticks and hockey pucks. I mean, you come out with a slap shot. I mean, come on.
Yeah, Kyle, exactly. That's just because black people don't like to be cold.
Hey,
otherwise we'd have like LeBron the slapshotter or something.
Yeah, the UN ain't gonna show up. I was talking to some police, and they were into the UN showing up. They're like, "Yeah, blue helmets make great targets."
We've got some black hockey players up here. We had Jerome McGinley and what's his name, Sudan.
Oh God!
They're black guys.
Other guy.
Yeah, there was like two. Steve, come on.
I just got this terrible thought, and Pastor Jack would hate me, but I'm gonna shut up now. So what do you mean? What did I say that was wrong? What did I say that was wrong?
Two of the black people in Canada. Okay.
No, wait a second. No, what did I say that was so? I didn't say black people couldn't play hockey.
No, they just don't like it.
No, but who did someone think I said black people can't play hockey?
No, somebody said they'd freeze to death.
Pinder said black people
No, I
can't
just
play
said they
hockey.
don't like it.
I never said that.
They prefer football.
It's all over the news. We know now. Tell us how you really feel.
I thought it was fear of water in all forms.
Oh my God.
Steve Pinder.
CNN news headline.
Yeah, Steve Pinder declares that hockey is a Jewish man's sport.
I don't think Jews don't play hockey.
Or no, it was Sergeant said no black folks in Canada. And it's funny that he says that because when I was like, I guess I've been about 12-ish, There was
Yeah.
a family of black people that went through my hometown. Now, my hometown is was mainly white and indigenous. And this black family comes through. There was like a couple Asian kids, but it was odd. They were kind of like the token people. Yeah, the black family comes through, and it was the talk of the town for months. For months, everybody was talking about it. They're like, "Did you see the black people actually exist?" They're like, it was amazing.
Oh, God.
Little fun fact about rural Canada. Not a lot of black folks.
Are you guys reading in the chat with Steve Tunis? Read what Steve Tunis just said. Mexicans used to play hockey, but all the players kept trying to swim across the ice. I'm sorry, but that's funny. Oh my God. Oh, that's it. Oh my God. I'm sorry, but that's funny. You know, it's funny. One of my.
I'm going to stop signing up the phone.
Okay, you do that. Nice
Somebody
talking with you,
else
Kyle.
Be interesting.
Yeah.
Later.
Okay.
Later, Kyle.
Bye.
Get in Discord.
So, yeah, get in Discord. You know, it's funny. When I was at the publishing company in 2001, 2002, I was talking with one of my Mexican friends here, and I'm like, you speak really, really, good English, crystal clear. She looks at me and goes, Steve, what'd you think? What'd you think I swam here? I was born here. So that's where I came up with the whole swim thing. What the hell are you talking about, Jet? Black people are very gifted, just like other groups are. DNA gifted stereotypes are funny. Oh, of course, yes. I think making fun of culture is funny, absolutely. But there's a way to do it without venom in it, and then some people do it with venom in it. So yeah, there's, like I said, I love making fun of Jews. I'm Jewish. I love making fun of Jews. I love making fun of Italians. I get an Italian mother. So I'm all about making fun of race and nationality. I don't care what the hell it is. But it's got to be done in the form of comedy and not with venom in it. That's all. That's for me personally. I don't, That's why people, they go with the N-word and they go, well, you can say it as long as you don't use the hard R. Nah.
Well, I figure at this point it's kind of like a cuss word.
Yeah. Yeah, Yuki isn't racist. She hates everybody. Yeah, people in general are funny, Jet. I think the whole race discussion dropped us like five views. We went from like 20 something down to 15.
Amen, Sergeant Peterson. We are not uptight.
No, and everybody in here pretty much has thick skin. We really, and we had this talk the last stream, and I'm so glad we're not dealing with this time. The last stream, if you're a mod in my stream, you better have thick skin as a mod. You can't take things personally. People get to make fun of you.
Everyone in the chat was laughing along while you're making fun of Californians, and that's just because they're picturing a white guy. But let me break it to you. California is 73% Hispanics. So you assholes were laughing at brown people.
Okay, good. There you go. Someone just tried to call and they hung up.
What was that pastry? 50
Shades of Brown.
That sounds like someone who's going to the bathroom, but
Mexico has middle cuisines.
I mean, some people eat a lot of spinach. That might change their coloring a bit.
Yeah, white people can't talk about race. I guess that's what it is, Kyle. Yeah, we're not allowed to talk about race. Everyone else is.
Hey, Jet 888, you got to know everything tastes better on a cracker.
This is true. So yeah, I love being called a cracker. I think it's hysterical.
Thank you, pastry.
Okay, here we see. We got a call coming in. Hello, you're on the air.
Hi. Do you guys have any toilet paper?
It's one of those crank calls again.
Toilet
Let's
paper.
just listen to it. Let's listen to it. It's one of those crank call things where you pay money for.
Well,
a
I'm
crank
just
call.
asking you to bring some over.
Yeah, this one's been done before though. I've heard this one.
What are you doing?
No, just let her speak.
Oh, Lord,
this is a recording.
So sorry.
It's a
just
recording.
I haven't spoken to anyone in such a long time. Please stay on the line with me. I don't want to lose anyone else. Ever since my husband passed away, it's just so hard. Could you come over and take
Let
care
her.
of me?
Come on, this is a recording. Let her go.
Why would you say that to an old lady?
Because you.
What did you say? Oh, well, can you at least tell me a story or a funny joke? I haven't laughed in years.
You don't even sound like a woman.
Please?
This is how gay you are.
Just let.
You've just been pranked by prankdial.com.
I told you guys.
Oh, they got us.
Yeah, well, we kind of played it. Yeah, it's like, yeah, as soon as it started, I'm like, oh, yeah. Yeah, that was another one of those. You got a great
They
turn.
tricked us so hard, which is why I was doing the Zimbabwe accent. Fooled me.
I got the reference feel.
Have you seen that? Have you seen? You.
Yes, we've all seen.
Yeah, so someone wasted their money on that one. We've actually gotten that one before. That's why as soon as it started, I'm like, oh yeah, it's one of those crank calls.
An oldie but a goodie.
Yeah.
Does anyone fall for that? That's clearly a man pretending to be an old lady.
Well, there was one that was like
set up well enough to respond to.
There was one there.
So intolerant.
There's one that they called. What the hell are you guys talking about?
I'm sorry. I assumed you're gender pastry. I forgot you're an old lady.
Well, the other crank call we got, one of them was where the guy's like, I know you've been with my wife, that whole thing. So I thought that was funny too. That one got me. Okay, who do we got here? Maybe it's another crank.
I like James Greta's husband's comment. Whiskey is when you get chilled by watching.
Hello, you're on the air.
Yeah, I'm going to be there in 10 minutes. Make sure you got the stuff.
Was that one you pay for too? Or
No, that
someone doing a funny joke.
That was someone doing a funny joke. You know what I mean? Hey,
I kind of giggled. It was funny.
Yeah, we all laughed. Bada bing, bada boom. You know what I mean? Maybe we'll get an actual legitimate phone call.
Maybe someone who wants to buy a barrel of wine.
Jet, you know, it's funny. I was looking at those before the stream, and I said, because I was cutting paper. They've been there for like over a month. I was cutting paper, and I never took them off. So, yes, just because you said this. Oh, wait a second. This is coming on my regular number. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe it's a telemarketer. I doubt it's too late. Hello?
Hey, what's happening, Big Drum Bear?
Oh, man.
Hey,
here I am thinking I got a telemarketer calling in.
Did I call the right number?
Yeah, you did. I'm like, it's coming on my regular number. Who has? Okay. That's right.
What's happening, man?
Nothing much. We're just kind of laughing at the crank calls and,
As you should.
Yeah. And we talked a little bit about all the people that are dying around the pedo ring that are trying to expose it. We thought that was interesting.
Oh, all the people that are attempting to expose the
You wouldn't happen to have
Field, let him talk. Damn it, I'm muting him. Bye. Okay.
Disappearing.
Yeah, Field is now muted.
It's all good. It's all well. He should just be on a perpetual. Yeah, I'm kidding, Field. I love you, man. Just play.
That's okay. He can hear you, but you can't hear him because I'm muted. I'll never get a conversation in if I don't.
It's so good to talk to you again, brother.
It's good to talk to you too, man. I'm glad you're home. Glad everything's okay.
Yeah, it's good to be back. I am, as Inspector and Mike Bison would have you believe, I am no longer in Detroit.
Oh, okay.
I was not in Detroit ever. That's where I was not at. No, I was actually in Africa.
Yeah.
Spent a lot of time all over Africa. It was pretty amazing, and unbelievable experience, man. But I'm trying to get my feet wet again, back into what's going on in the world here. I kept abreast of just a few, current events here and there. It was mostly day-to-day stuff that I had to be up and on the beat with. But lots of stuff going on back here, trying to get rolling with again. Helping beautiful Lady Bear out with dog walking here and there.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. It's getting cold here. Getting the kids out to do a couple of fun things in the fall weather. So
yeah,
been good times. How about yourself?
Really cool because I just celebrated my youngest second birthday on Sunday. I still can't believe he's 2.
Congrats.
And we're planning our family trip in June. We're going back up to Rhode Island so I can show my family where I grew up and all that. And
that's awesome.
So I can show them where I taught, And we're planning our second honeymoon in 2020. My wife and I are going to Africa. So we'll be going to Africa.
Wow.
My friend who owns a hunting preserve, or he's a co-op on the hunting preserve in Africa, invited me and my wife out there. My wife will take photographs, and I'm going to do some hunting. I'm going to go hunting for 7 different animals, 2 of which are the ones I've always wanted to hunt, and that's a kudu and an impala. So
that's amazing.
I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Can you say what country?
Well, it's going to be in Africa. I know that, but I can't, not yet. I can't say what part of it. No.
That's all good.
I know that one. It's going to be a drive from St. Petersburg. I'm going to get picked up by a shuttle there, so I can say that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't get
not St. Petersburg,
Johannesburg.
Johannesburg. My bad. Not St. Petersburg.
I know what you're talking about. I never got that far south.
Yeah.
Everywhere I was at was all the north central areas.
Okay.
Like sub-Saharan, mostly to the far northeast, I guess I would put it. So kind of interesting.
Well, it's been my wife's dream to go there because she loves animal photography. She's been doing it for a long time, so she's all excited already. She's already told her boss that we're going to be going, in 2020, and so it's going to be our second honeymoon, which is going to be real weird
fantastic.
Because
that's awesome, man. I'm glad for you. That's a fantastic achievement.
If it wouldn't be, I wouldn't never be able to go if the package that my friend is giving us, because it's all included, flight and everything, and the food and all that, and it's like 1/3 of the rate. So it's like one of those once in a lifetime things where it's like, okay, I have 2 years or 1.5 years to save up for it. You know? So we can do that, or it's going to be, actually it will be 2 years, but. Yeah, we'll be able to just about to, but so, and it's I'm not, contrary again to popular opinion, I am not rich. I do not have shekels coming out of my mug. So
you just keep that mantra going.
Yeah, because let me tell you something. If my mug produced shekels, I'd be making a lot more money than what I am.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm trying to remember this story now. Now I know this was back in the day here, but I know there was an Owen show that you had gone to. You'd actually gone and I've seen that dude perform somewhere. And old Nim was there, and you were hanging out, did the whole hollow bread business with them. Very cool, by the way. And then after that, you leave the room, and Nim was making comments to him like, we didn't get that girl unless he's rolling in shekels. Right?
yeah, because he's just like, I don't understand how he said, he goes, there's always some kind of beautiful Anna Nicole Smith woman messing around with a fossil. That was his words.
So awesome.
So I thought that was funny. It was kind of like, it was a compliment. So it's like, okay, I can live with that.
That's too funny, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
my goodness.
Yeah. But so I'm kind of looking forward to that. Like, I got 2 big trips. I get to take my family up so they can see where I grew up, and we'll be there for a week. I'll get this, I show them, there's some of my family that's still there. Some of my relatives, and some of my friends, and I've been shooting a documentary, putting it together, and now I get to go back and you know, add some pieces to it. The documentary is about my friends that got murdered in 1993. I'll be able to go back up there. Well, it was a big case. It was known worldwide. They were killed by a cop, and it wasn't like an altercation at a traffic stop. The cop had a vendetta, hunted them down, and assassinated them. So the cop
that's insane.
Yeah, well, the cop spent the rest of his life in jail. He killed himself in jail 6 years after he was in it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, it was a you know, it happened in 1993, but.
Yeah,
I was going to release the documentary, and then when this trip came up to go up there, I'm like, you know something, I'm going to postpone it because I'm going to be there. I'll be able to go to the garage where it happened. I'll be able to. I actually already set up to sit down with one of the investigating police officers that was on the case, who's now retired. I'll be able to talk with him, and also there's a chance I might be able to interview the officer that actually apprehended him. So
that's amazing. Wow, yeah, I didn't know that about you. And that's kind of an incredible way to, I think, deal with that pocket of your life, to put it into some kind of an understandable dialogue, so that the rest of us, I shouldn't say dialogue, but some kind of a presentation, so that the rest of the world kind of gets a better understanding from your perspective about what it's like to have gone through that. I can't even fathom, but it's gut wrenching to even just hear about it, because I meet so many people, and especially in the last 6 months, I've met a ton of people that have been through some really horrendous circumstances in life. And I've had my time, you know, with different things that I've dealt with, but you know, even as harrowing as some of the things that I've experienced have been, they're nothing in comparison to some of the other people that I meet. I'm like, how are these people even like still waking up every morning? I meet folks like that all the time.
Well, yeah. Now,
you know,
you have to understand that the mother, the kids were 16 and a half, almost 17, and the other one was 18.
Yeah.
And Jeremy was 18 years old too, but there were two brothers. Now the mother had just lost her husband, who was the owner of the stock car team we were all on. Just lost her husband. The mother just lost her husband 2 years before this to emphysema.
Right.
So now, I mean, you have to understand, she loses her husband, and 2 years later loses both her children in this. And the fact that she was still functional after that, it's just blows me away.
I remember something that I think it was one of those Crowder closes that kind of stuck out to me. It was a while back. I think it was before I had deployed, and it was talking about a friend of his. I think that had been through some just absolutely insane stuff in their own life. And, you know, he, in dealing with that friend, I mean, he just wanted to encourage and console in the best way he could. But his message to everybody else and to himself when he was putting that out at that time, that really stuck with me, was imagine the worst stuff that you're going to. Like, imagine that point where you say, I'm done. I can't handle another thing. Wrong. You can. You absolutely can. You've handled things where you've gotten to points like that already, and you're still here. You're still going through it. And you will continue to see maybe that needle move as to what you can handle, right? And I think that's that injunction that we get from a scriptural basis all the time, that we need to continue to stress inoculate ourselves. I guess that's kind of like taking a sheepdog term there from Colonel Grossman. Stress inoculate ourselves all the further so that we can carry bigger burdens and be prepared to face this kind of stuff. My own son was telling me a little bit about this, I think last night when I had them over. One of their dogs had, I think, gotten a hold of a rabbit or something in the backyard. And, you know, it was really upsetting to him to see that kind of thing happen. It was really distressing whenever, you know, he had to see like a little creature suffer or something like that. And I empathized with him because I don't like that kind of thing either. I don't like to see any kind of suffering that goes on in the world.
Nope.
But I did encourage him to say, that's not going to be the last time by any means. Sadly, you're probably going to see way more horrific stuff throughout your life than that. Be prepared for it. Tell yourself you're going to see more horrible stuff. It's like, it's just the nature of being in life.
Yeah,
you're going to encounter horrible times.
Yeah.
The more that you can tell yourself this is the way it's going to be, and that you can get yourself mentally and emotionally prepared for it. You don't want to like make yourself cold to it, right? Where you just don't want to feel or respond, but you want to know, okay, these things are going to happen. I better just mentally ready myself in whatever way I can, so that when I get there, I can hopefully navigate what's going on around me a little bit, and maybe help somebody else carry that burden at the same time, right? Be prepared to be not only of use to yourself, but of use to others. And, I keep preaching that message to myself every day, because I see so many different people that go through the different circumstances they can.
Yeah.
I can even have just a fraction of something to offer them that gets them past the next hour, the next day, Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That kind of got me off.
No.
It's stuff there, but
it is, it is what it is. I mean, it's one of those things. Everybody goes through something like this,
Right.
and to some people, what may be, a little horrific, to someone else is devastating. You know what I mean? And so it's hard to say. I mean, I feel very fortunate to be able to do this documentary because I'm getting the support of everybody involved in it. Geraldo Rivera was turned down. He tried to do a documentary on this, a story on this, and he was turned down. So I feel very fortunate getting this much support from the people involved in this to do this documentary.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
man.
so that's why I don't want to release it now. That's why I'm going to just put it on the back burner till I get up to Rhode Island.
Get all the footage that you can to tell the story in the best way possible. I think that's great.
I'm going to be able to do stuff right at Wilson's garage and show them. You know what I mean? The car that they were working on still exists.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, there's a huge backstory involved in this. I mean, the people that I've interviewed so far, we were all on the stock car team that was part of this. So that's what we all did together. So it's, it's just like I said, it's one of those things, and partly that's why I got involved in the cop watching and auditing community, because it's like okay, I think I can be not biased. I think I can get in this because I do train. I don't train them anymore, but I have trained a lot of police officers in physical combat and martial arts. So I knew a lot of police officers. I've always been friends with cops. So it's one of those things where I thought I could be, unbiased and say, hey, look, man, you got to look at both sides of this. If you hate cops, well, yeah, I got a good reason to hate cops, but I don't. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
It's.
I saw that video you were showing just the other day of that dude with his family that was yanked out of the car.
Oh yeah, and tased.
Repeatedly.
Yeah.
And you had a very appropriate kind of analysis of that whole deal. I've seen you go in and look at videos where people are trying to lambast cops over a different issue, and you're like, no. This is what's going on.
Yeah.
So you do often have a very level head about that stuff. And I'm glad that there are people like yourself that are doing that, because a level head and clear thinking, clear analysis of a situation is something I think we need more and more example of. It's really encouraging to see anybody that's doing that in any area of life, but especially I think in a relationship between citizenry and police.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm appreciative of it, man.
Well, I appreciate that. Man, I'm so glad you're back in town, man. You can
so much, dude.
Come hang out with us. And, hopefully you get your stream up and going again. We miss your music stream, man. It's forced. It's forced me to do.
I've been working the whole time I've been out on music for an album of my own.
Oh, very cool.
My goal is to release that in the spring.
Awesome.
I want to get a single released next month.
Awesome.
I want to have a single out sometime next month, and then I also have about 3 other people that I've been working in music with and helping to produce some of their stuff. I have a meeting tomorrow with a buddy of mine on a song that he wrote, but he handed to me, and I did drum stuff for it, put a bunch of other instrumentation in it, did a lot of mixing and editing kind of stuff on it. over the last couple of months, and we're going to see about doing a whole album's worth of stuff and release it as a band, just the two of us together. So that's going to be exciting, and I'll definitely try to keep people updated on that. But yeah, man, I was thinking if you're going to do your documentary, I'd love to talk to you some more about that. I don't know if you already have yourself lined up to do some music, but if there's some sections of it where you could use a little track to kind of capture the emotion of that section, hit me up, man. I'd love to see what I can do to help.
Yeah, we could definitely talk about that. Oh, speaking of that, before I let you go here, I do want to get Discord. I'm gonna unmute them in a second here so they can ask you a couple of questions. But I wanted to tell you, since you were deployed, my son has gotten serious into the piano. I mean, when I say serious, he is beyond surprised me in his ability. Awesome. And this is what we're gonna do Thursday. Because we're probably going to get rain, and there's not going to be a whole lot of the kids going out doing their trick or treating or whatever.
Yeah.
We're going to be in here, and Gavin he's really infatuated with horror film music. He has learned on his own so many of the famous horror film songs. I mean, anywhere from The Exorcist to Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween. He even knows the theme from the X-Files. He can play on. Yeah. So we're going to do this probably Thursday night instead of going out and doing all the Halloween thing. We're going to come in here. We're going to do a stream, and I'm going to let my son play for everybody.
That's very cool.
I mean, he's into Van Halen. He's like,
dude, that's so awesome.
He's like learning all these old Van Halen songs. So I challenged him. I said, well, here's a newer Van Halen song. It's not as old as some of the ones because he knows how to play I'll Wait and Jump and those songs. And I said, here, learn this one. I let him listen to the beginning of Right Now with Sammy Hagar. Mm-hmm. And you know how complicated that sounds. It's not that complicated, but for an 8-year-old kid, I thought this will challenge him. He comes back a day later and plays it. And I'm like,
so
are you kidding? He's 8 years old. He's playing better than me at 8 than I played at like 17.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm seeing my kids do some of that on the piano. It's
amazing.
Too.
Well, you have to understand too. All my brothers and I are all musicians. My dad's a concert classical pianist and opera singer. So I think it's in his blood.
Yeah, I would say I'm curious about that. If there are personality characteristics or predispositions in terms of artistic ability that somehow transition down through the generations genetically, I'm very curious about learning more about that. But I've heard speculations in it for a long time. It wouldn't shock me.
Yeah. As far as Steve Tunis, I like Van Halen and Van Hagar. I like them both. Yeah.
Van Hagar.
Yeah, Hagar's pretty badass.
Yeah, definitely.
I like it when they go on TV and old boy hits himself in the head with a mic stand. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, Honky. Yeah, they can pull up songs. That's what he does. He pulls up songs and he listens to them, and then he just goes and figures them out, or he pulls up a tutorial on it and watches it and just learns how to play it. Yeah, it's no fear, but for an 8-year-old kid. Also, another thing, what a blessing, because he's in a special class because of his dyslexia. All the piano playing now, the dyslexia teacher says he's not going to need this class next year. It's from all the piano playing is literally corrected his dyslexia.
It's so amazing.
Yeah, isn't that a total blessing? That's
completely.
Yeah.
Man,
just making connections.
That's super awesome.
Yeah. It's connecting everything, and he's writing only in cursive because that helps too, because all the letters are connected. He can't jarble them. So,
have you heard of a comedian named Michael Jr.?
No.
You need to research Michael Jr. No. He's hilarious. He's a Christian comedian.
Yeah.
And he's an interesting guy because I think he did this documentary years ago about going to prisons, going to halfway houses, like films for abused children and women, and doing comedy shows there for free for these people. Did a whole bunch of this stuff in the midst of tours he was doing at the time. And what was it now? He talked, he had a TED Talk that's out there on YouTube as well, talking about growing up in the educational system and having learning disability and issues reading, I think dyslexia to some degree, the way his brain ended up being able to deal with those issues was he had to learn like 7 or 8 different ways to look at words or to analyze words in order to figure out what they were. So it's very interesting to hear him talk about that. And I wonder if kind of some of the things that Gavin's been experiencing in terms of music helping with that, I wonder if some of the same, I don't know what you'd call them, aspects of what helped there are similar to what Michael was going through. But yeah, check out his TED Talk.
I'll have to. I'll have to. Like I said, it's helping everything. It's been an absolute blessing. His grades are going up. His teachers, he's able to focus more. Because he's found something he's interested in. And you know how music connects both sides of the brain so you can learn better. That's why that all works.
Corpus callosum, all kinds of active.
You know what he says? It helps him concentrate at class. He hums the music in his head while he's working.
I love it.
Isn't that awesome? My son's going to be a musician. I'm
you gotta be
so excited
right now.
I'm beyond excited because, I mean, it's just really cool because it's like he comes in here a lot of times when I'm just working in the office and he'll be like, Dad, can I get on the piano? And I'm like, go. And I'll turn the speakers on so I can hear him. And I'll just listen to him. I'll work while he's playing. And I just, now my brother's in there.
Excited since,
my brother's in there trashing. He goes, oh, yeah, that's how Steven developed a brain. Yeah, thanks a lot, John. Figures, my brother's in there trashing me now. I'm going to ban him.
Get him, Steve. Well, hey, I'll make some room and let some other people get in here and let you do some more stuff. I love you. Love all the Bears, and I can't wait to get back to streaming and plenty of other good content because I'm really working to build some different stuff. I'm actually, this is one other little thing, going to start helping Beautiful Lady Bear get a series of books out about Chunk teaching kids about how to interact with a dog.
Oh, that's cool.
Stuff like bringing home a new puppy for the first time from Chunk's perspective, right?
Yeah.
Or communicating with a dog, like watching the dog's body language, all this stuff, to be aware of those things because we meet a lot of kids who don't know how to behave around dogs. My kids didn't when they first met her dogs, back when we were dating. So lots of little things to just kind of be aware of. And we thought, what a great way to do that with Chunk. We're basically make him earn his keep.
That's cool though. Everybody loves Chunk.
Get some work going.
I'm going to wear my Chunk shirt on my next stream.
Dude, I'm wearing my Love Chunk shirt right now. It's so funny
I lost mine during the deployment.
Oh, man.
I took it with me. And I think somebody stole it out of one of the washing machines. Like you put your stuff in the wash or the dryer, and you're not going to sit there the whole time. Some people do. I've got other stuff I got to get done, and so I go put it in the wash. I come back every now and then. I find one little article gone. Yeah, and of course the Chunk shirt. That was a really tough one.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I might have to do another round of those.
Honky Bear says hi, by the way, and Roy says get in our Discord server.
Yeah, get in here, Big Drum.
And Roy, I love all you guys. I miss you guys so much. That's awesome.
Hey, Steve Tunis, I know how to play a shofar, just so you know. He's telling me I'm so old. My first instrument in music class was a shofar. So
I did it out in Africa. I had to do it a few times. It was a good thing to do. Hey, man, I appreciate the time talking with you. I'll let you get back to it. Good show. I'm going to have to go back and see the replay of this because I want to hear more about that business about the
forgive me. I used bad words earlier. So
I'm a professional.
Yeah,
I'm in the military. I know quite well. I just figured out how to not do it so much over the YouTube.
Yeah, I try.
We'll have a class. We'll talk.
Yeah, okay, please. Okay, man. Take care.
Hey, brother. Peace.
Yeah, bye. Oh my God, John. Do I know the person? You're talking about one of your friends that just had a heart attack. Hey, guys, keep this person in your prayers. They have 2 daughters still in school, so she had a heart attack. Not cool. So, yeah, definitely do that. Keep her in your prayers. Oh, you met her in okay. Okay, guys, anything else we want to add to this? Because we're on 1 hour and 11 minutes. And it's time for to shut this thing down. So what I can do is I can get a planet up there and we can start getting ready to blow up a planet. I didn't even do an look at that. No time for a middle commercial or nothing. Anything you want to add to today's conversation, guys?
Nah.
Field, you done getting yelled at? Field's ignoring me now.
What?
Field was getting
Blow up
yelled
the
at
damn
earlier.
planet.
Field was getting yelled at earlier.
Poor guy.
I might just clip that.
He didn't stop through the whole mute. He just kept talking the whole time.
Yeah.
Lies.
Oh, okay, I'm going to take this one last phone call from Pastor Jack.
Of course.
Dang it, Pastor Jack, you always do this to me. I go to answer it and you hang up. Damn it. Call in again. Damn Californians. I'm telling you, it's the damn Californians.
You know what? Go suck a long.
Oh, saying hockey sucks is a curse word. Get behind me, Satan.
Somebody needs a slap.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, don't hang up, Pastor. Damn it.
Oh.
Damn California.
Man, how you doing, Steve?
I'm doing just fine. I had a lousy morning, and I guess because I haven't gotten any updated news on the lousy morning, I'm doing okay now, but it was not a good morning for me.
Well, it's not a good morning for a lot of these Californians. They don't got no PG&E. Yeah, the PG&E keep turning it off. Then they got these fires that they can't get under control because the wind is pushing it.
Yeah, well, they wouldn't have had fires hadn't that guy gone there on a friggin' bus or something or train and got off the train and lit 20 of them and then tried to leave.
Yes. And then I hear you and your wife going to Africa, huh?
Yeah, in 2 years, 2020. But it's just because the price that my friend at his wildlife hunting preserve gave us, I just can't turn it down. So.
Well, if she really want to save some money, just take her to Compton. She will never forget that. She will never. If you take her to Compton and watch, that's a scene she'll never forget.
Look, she's going there so I can hunt, not go somewhere so I can be hunted, okay?
If you go to Compton, you'll be outgunned.
Well, I just want to say,
yeah.
I know why I called you. Just to let you know, that controversy is still heating up and is gaining ground, Steve. About the plantation, network.
Are you kidding me?
Oh yes, they got Roland Martin involved. I mean, I don't know what happened. One of the bishops said I asked him to stop. He kept sending me text message after text message, and then he did a screenshot of him being a pimp, and we all standing behind him. He said, "That's not funny. Let it go." And then he said, "Oh, come on, you niggas, you don't like that?"
Oh, jeez.
He said, I told him to stop. He kept going. So now we're going to a different level. So he do have receipts. I don't know who sent the first. He said, I didn't play with the man like that. But I was just letting you know, the word network, but I don't have to as the plantation network. I don't know what they're doing, but they is gaining ground.
That's crazy. I'm sorry. That is absolute nuts. I don't even know where to go with that.
Well, see, I'm like this. Once you ask me to stop, Steve, it's best for me to stop. Seriously, I don't know what happened. He said I told the man to stop. If somebody say stop, you might as well just stop before it get out of control.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Wait a second, guys. I can't be demonetized. No, a black person used the N-word, not me. Okay.
You are black, Steve.
Oh, damn! Shut up! Come on, you can't say. I'm trying to hide. That's why the black part's under the desk. So.
Oh, and I'm glad we own this because you said you trained officers before, right?
Yeah, I did for years. Yeah.
Well, like I commented a couple of times. I think tonight and a few days, or whenever you always mention it. I have been shot multiple times by the police with that taser, and I tell you what, if they hit the right spot, you can lose all body control functions.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you will douse yourself and soil yourself. Oh yeah. Yeah, I just didn't when we were messing around with that, and I was shot point blank. I was shot once in the center mass, right in the middle of the body, and then I was shot in the legs. The legs hurt me a hell of a lot more than center mass did.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've been shot 5 times by different officers. And I'm going to tell you right now, it was not the police fault.
Well, yeah,
he told me to stop.
but yeah, but there's the difference. I wasn't like breaking the law when I was tased. I was in training when I got tased.
Oh, okay. Well, I was breaking the law.
Okay.
My job was to break the law. Their job was to enforce the law.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget. They called me one day. I jumped in the creek. And I didn't realize the creek was shallow.
So you were
I jumped in the creek, and some dummy, because somebody had to do it, somebody threw a basket in there. I landed right inside the basket. So when I got out the basket, I thought I could swim. It came up to my ankles. I was stuck in some mud.
Yeah, so you jumped in there hoping for a swim, and then you got your feet wet. That was it.
And he talking about, stop running. Don't move. Then I got on that ground, trying to take off, shot me straight in the back. And I lost, and I mean, I defecated all myself. When they got me in the backseat of that cop car, I kept on defecating. I said, I need something to lock me up. He said, don't worry about it. You going to lock up. So I had my fair share, and I didn't like the police at all. But I tell you what I do now. When I see it on my Facebook page that having coffee and donuts with the officers, I take my youngest, I take my nephews, take my nieces, because I want them to know this is the first people you call when your house gets broken into or you get into a car wreck. You're gonna have to call these people, and their job is to help you.
Yeah.
So I have turned away from it, but I remember the days when I wasn't listening. But man, when he shot me in that back, I read the police report when they gave it to me in court. They said when he shot me in the back, the suspect mentioned, "Oh Jesus," and that was it.
Oh man, that's nuts.
But they sort of understand. All I could say was, "Oh Jesus," and I don't know what happened next. I guess that's when I went out. But I just want to give y'all something it's funny, but it's true.
Yeah.
It's funny, but it's true. But I'm going to just talk to you later, Steve. I sent you one of my old ministry cards to your phone. I don't know if you got the picture. The only reason why I sent it because it said the House of David on there.
Oh, okay. I'll check it out. I'll check it out.
Okay. I'll talk to all you guys later. To my brothers in the Discord, hello. And make sure you give your friend 5 on the black hand side this week. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon.
Later, brother.
Okay, later.
Yeah, bye. Okay, that's it for the phone calls. That was too funny. I guess he can get away with it all. Okay, he did send it to me. Okay. Damn it. I don't know if you guys remember, I just got a message. I don't know, he's not even in. I thought he would be in here. From a certain person that's using our stream. He's been talking about a case in Tucson. If you guys remember at the Quiet Riot Festival, where someone was arrested for just holding up a sign. And now it looks like the local chief justice is now is going to be banning all photos filming outside which is it's going to get overturned. It's absolutely against the First Amendment. So he's just trying to save his ass right now. He's trying to, in Tucson, ban all public filming and photographing, which is it's going to be there's going to be so many lawsuits. He's going to have his head shoved up his ass trying to fight him. So
what did the sign say?
It was just a guy protesting, and it was the Quiet Riot concert, which I'm surprised there were that many people there to even get offended. That band sucked in the 80s. Who the hell would want to go see them now?
They just don't want to take it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, they're just not going to take it anymore. Oh, God. Anyway, guys, I got to close this thing out. Someone want to blow up this planet? Who's blowing it up? Me. Okay, Yuki's never blown up the planet. Okay. It's going to be a few minutes. This is a long damn outro. I should have shortened it. But we can talk anyway through it. Hey, guys, remember on Thursday, I'm going to try to get into the stream early so I can have my son on it. There will not be any Friday cigar stream this week because I'm going to be at my hunting ground. I won't be here. So I leave Friday morning for that. So Thursday, we are going to do a stream a little earlier so my son can be it. So I want my son to get on the piano and play some of the horror film music that he's been learning. Let me turn the volume down here a little bit. Yeah, he's been learning all kinds of the horror film themes, and he's going to play them all. We're going to have some fun. So, yeah, my son will be on the stream, so behave. So, what's that?
So is that Field's mom again?
I don't know. Field's not in the. He's not in the Discord, so not right now anyway. Yeah, Brian King, you missed it. Well, Yuki, we're in the chat. Of course, you can talk to me after the stream. It's like you're in the stream. You can just say, "Hey, Steve, I need to talk to you after the stream." Okay. Yes, if you want to support this thing, buy an ugly mug. Or you can just come here and look at this one. Either way. So, yeah, do that. You can buy an ugly mug. You can join Patreon. Or you can send me a PayPal or a Super Chat. Either way, if you support this flaky show that we put together here 2 times a week, that's the way you do it.
Gives me something to look forward to.
I need bourbon. Just
Sergeant's filling in for Boulder, I see.
Yeah, he's taking care of Sauce, and Sauce needed to be timed out. She doesn't like to leave on her own accord. She's like, would someone please time me out?
No. We're doing the Lord's work, Sergeant.
Yeah, Ken's not fast enough. Sergeant's quick on the...
Okay, I've been giving you love, brother. Good to see you, man.
Oh my God, I'm so tired, and I have to pack stuff up tonight too. Holy cow, I'm tired. I think I'm gonna wait till tomorrow. Anyway, so yeah, I'll get on Discord after. We'll hang out for a little bit, but man, it's been like now I'm coming down off this as the stream kind of got my mind off things. Roy knows a little bit about what's going on. I'll tell you guys after the stream that's out. I woke up this morning to some information that I got a phone call early this morning, and it just wasn't a good one. So I'll tell you guys after. Once we blow up this plane, let's blow this thing up. You ready, Yuki?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. You gotta count it down. I'm gonna give you some echo too, okay, or reverb. Count it down. In 5, go.
5, 4, 3. Oh, it's not even there yet. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.5, 1.25.